Hey Hair Lounge community, my name's Angelina and I'm a licensed stylist. Today I'm going to show you how to use your GG wax pot at home to get rid of that mustache and arch those eyebrows step by step. Stay tuned and we'll get right into it. If you enjoy learning about hair, click the subscribe button and the bell to get notified for all my new videos. So to begin, I always like to clip my bangs out of my face. I use my wooden stick, my cotton. There's two products you're gonna use before you start waxing. One's kind of a gentle cleanser to get all the makeup off, any kind of oil, dirt, anything like that. The other is going to be a powder that helps the wax stick to the hair and not your skin, because that's never good when you rip your skin off. And then the third one is obviously the wax. The third product is going to be a wax remover to kind of get all that wax off. So obviously I have makeup on, and this kit that normally if you get the GG waxer, it comes with a bunch of different stuff. A lot of times they have a really good deal on it, so you can go to your local Sally's or get it on Amazon. I'm just using a single pot. This is their pre-hun cleanser. So I always put just a little bit on a cotton swab. And I did fill in my brows today, so I don't really care too much about getting that off, because obviously I'm not gonna wax my actual hair, but I like to get all the way underneath and in between, everywhere where you are going to be putting wax. Like I said, this is to remove all oil, makeup, anything like that, to make sure your skin is clean before you start waxing. And then, like I told you, I was gonna do my mustache, so let's get all the makeup off there. If you watch any of my previous videos, I did do some dermaplaning. A lot of times that will get your mustache, but I haven't done it in a while, so I figured why not do it all at the same time with just waxing it. If you want to see that video, click this link up here and it'll take you to how I dermaplane my face at home. I'm gonna go through and use a tiny bit more just to make sure I get it very clean. And then the second step is going to be the powder. You can use baby powder if you want, or like I said, the GG has a little kit that you can kind of get everything all in one kit. Okay. Then you kind of want to make sure that it dries really good. Then I'm going to use the powder. So this absorbs any of that moisture on your lip or your eyebrows from sweating or what I just put on my face, and also absorbs the oil. So that way the wax sticks to the hair. I always just like to put a little bit in my hand. Let's see if you guys can see that. Then I'll just take my finger and apply it to all the spots that I'm going to wax. You definitely don't have to do this step, but if you do have sensitive skin and you're afraid that you're going to rip your skin off, this is always a really good step to take just to assure that you do not rip your skin off. Want to make sure that your wax isn't super hot when you apply it to your skin, because that will also, isn't this nice? Looks good. So as you can see, I have it all over where I'm going to apply the wax. So now, let me get a little closer. So I'm going to take my wooden stick, and I still am using my sensitive wax. It's the beaded kind. So that way, if you do have sensitive skin, it doesn't hurt your skin. And this is the kind that you peel off. It's the same wax that I used if you watched my waxing of my nose video. exactly the same wax. So I like to get a decent amount on one side of my stick and I kind of roll it around. That way you can kind of tell when it cools. When it stops running a lot, that's when you know it's time to apply it to your face. Sometimes you can blow on it a little bit, but just whenever it kind of stops moving super quickly on your stick, that's when you know it's ready. So you want to make sure when you're doing this, you are not getting hairs that you do not want. Whenever you are measuring your eyebrows, you can take your wooden stick and there's 3 different points. So this, from the outside of your nose, straight up and down is about where your eyebrow needs to start. Then you want to angle your stick and go right across your pupil of your eye, and that is about right where your arch should start. Then you take it from still the outside and outside of your eye, and that's about where your eyebrow should end. So that's kind of a guideline to kind of know where you should be starting your arch. That way you're not taking, too much out or you're arching it, in the wrong spot. And same with on the inside. A lot of times with age, you start losing that hair on the inside. So you don't want your eyebrows to start, start here. So just make sure you measure before you actually apply your wax. So this wax, I normally like it to still feel a little bit warm before I pull, because I noticed if it cools down too much, it just starts to break. So it still feels fairly warm to my skin, but I can tell it's hardened. So you want to pull your skin fairly taut. Then you're just going to peel back just a little bit of that top section. That way you have something to grab onto. Pull that skin and pull just straight down. A lot of times you can stick your finger over where you just pulled the wax from, and that makes it so it doesn't sting as much. And don't know if you can see that, but I do have hair on there. A little red, but not too bad. So now we're just gonna continue all the way around. You wanna make sure you are pulling the opposite way that your hair grows. Again, kind of letting that wax cool down a little bit. I'm gonna still go on the opposite side of where I just applied. And I'm gonna go kind of fast. I'm not gonna talk to you guys too much. I'm just gonna kind of show you how I do this. Again, not going in too far. A lot of times when I'm waxing, I will do one section and let that section cool while I apply in a different spot. I do like to kind of lift up my eyebrow. That way I'm not accidentally getting my eyebrow that I don't want to get into the wax. Again, feeling to make sure it is cooled off enough. So it helps when you put pressure on it, because your nerves, whenever you pull the wax off, instantly thinks, oh, ow, that hurt. But then when you put pressure on it, then it just thinks pressure instead of kind of that pain. So same thing on this side, pull that eyelid taut. Get kind of that edge to pull. So it is a little red, but not too bad. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm trying to get my light so you can see. I don't really have a whole bunch on the top. I did put that powder up on that top section, but majority of my extra hairs are more on this tail end. So opposite of what I did on the underneath, I'll kind of pull my eyebrow down a little bit. And then while that cools, I will do it on this other side. All that little fuzz. You probably notice I don't like to get super close to my actual eyebrow. That's just kind of a buffer so you don't get your eyebrow hairs that you do not want to get. Then I'll go back through with my tweezers if I see any kind of stray ones that are up a little bit higher that I did not get with the wax, and I'll just pluck those. While that cools, I'll move on to the mustache. For some reason, the mustache does hurt a little bit more than the eyebrows. When you wax more often, I feel like your nerves kind of get used to it, and so it doesn't hurt as bad, but it's been a while since I've done my mustache, so I'll probably be a little bit more red. Oh, one thing I did not tell you guys, make sure you wash your hands before you do this. Because obviously you're touching your skin and doing all that. You want to make sure your hands are clean. Same thing with your lip. Pull that skin super, super tight. The faster you pull, the better it is. It's like a Band-Aid. You know, if you pull a Band-Aid off super, super slow, it hurts worse. Exactly the same thing when you're waxing. So don't forget, if you are liking this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell if you want to get notified when I upload new videos. It's been a while since I've uploaded videos because it's close to the holiday season and life's been a little crazy, but I will be posting more after Christmas. Okay, get that little edge up, pull your skin tight, and pull. Decent amount. Okay, and last little section right underneath that nose. So has anybody tried the nose waxing on their significant other or on themselves? If you have, leave me a comment down below and tell me what you thought, if it hurt, if you still continue to do it or not. I like to hear your guys' feedback. So as you can see, my eyebrows aren't super ridiculously red. They don't look too bad. This is the time when I'll take my wax off, and it just removes the wax residue off of your skin. And then it also has aloe vera in it to kind of soothe and calm any redness that you have. A couple little tricks that I have heard in the years of me doing this is if you are one that has sensitive skin and you seem to get red pretty easily, you can take Tums 20-30 minutes before you're going to wax or your waxing appointment and take those, and that helps with the redness. Also, the closer you do it to your period, it does hurt more. So try to hold off if it's, you know, coming up in a week or less to not do a wax during that time frame. And you can also take, you know, Tylenol or ibuprofen to also help with the pain and inflammation. Okay, that was the last one. Now we'll also take that wax off to kind of help. Like I said, my lip gets a little bit more red than the eyebrows, but it takes maybe 20-30 minutes for kind of the redness to go away. I have noticed after you first wax, sometimes your makeup doesn't really apply very well to it, but I think it's just because I put this stuff on it. So I bet if I wash my face really good, that is if you have something you have to do right after you decide to wax. So, not too terribly bad. Get a close-up of my lip. Okay, not too shabby. That probably took me 5 minutes, if that, from start to finish, so it doesn't take too terribly long. Biggest thing, make sure your wax isn't super hot. If it's really hot, that's when you will get red. And then make sure you're pulling super taut on your skin, holding it tight, and then pulling the opposite direction. Make sure you're pulling it close to your face. Kind of the more out you go, kind of this way, it kind of stretches your skin a little bit. So you want to make sure you kind of, just like a Band-Aid, keep it closer to your skin and do it fairly fast. Hopefully this helped you guys figure out kind of how to wax yourself at home. That way it isn't something you have to go into the salon to do, or if you're in a pinch, you can just do it on your own. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you leave me a comment down below if you have done the waxing on yourself before. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell, and we will see you all next time. Bye.